Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. My camera just fell down here. Let me see if I can get this fixed. Huh. I might have to stand up a minute here. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, that's a little better. Anyway, if you are there, do pop on and say hello to me on Friday, February 21st. Can you even believe it's the end of February? Holy moly mackerel. One more week and March will be here. Good morning, Beth. Good morning, my friend in Canada. And is your mom going to pop on soon? We hope so. Anyway, almost ready to start. I have everything ready to go. I'm so excited about this class. I'm like a kid in kindergarten all over again. I love playing with these stencils or masks, whichever you want to call them. It is 10 o'clock. Let's start. Okay, Beth, you and I, we're on. All right. So first of all, let me pull this over so you can see what we're doing. So these are the cards that I posted on my newsletter this week. And I have to tell you, first of all, this is the set. I know you've already remembered it from last week, but this is called Linked Together. Oh, I hope this isn't lagging. Oh gosh. Anyway, Linked Together, this is the bundle. And in the bundle, you get the stamp set, which we're going to be using a lot of today. We're also getting the dies. Here are the dies. 7 dies. This one we used a lot last week because we used it on this card. Remember, there is that one. And then we used, this was another one that we did. That one. And then this one. All different variety. Whoops, where is it? There we go. Okay, why is that? Well, anyway, there is that. So these are the dies. And then it comes with stencils or masks, whichever you want to call them. There are 5 of them. You get 5 different ones. These are ones that we used last week. This is number 1. This is number 3. In the upper left-hand corner, you can't see it. We really can't see it on film, but there is a number there. So they are all numbered, which is good. And they all have little notches, which is very helpful. And here are the other 2. Here's number 2, 4, and 5, which are the ones that I'm going to be using today. So those are those. So these are the cards that I did. So the first one that I made, good morning, Jan. Good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome. So this one I used with Summer Splash, which is one of the in colors this year. Summer Splash, and then a layer of white, and then Pretty Peacock. And then I used 3, I used 3 stencils on this, number 3, 4, and 5 for this. Then I took one of the dies and cut this diamond shape out in the flowers, and I used some of the corresponding ribbons, and that was that cut. How cute is that? So there's that one. And then the next one I did was this one, which is done with Blueberry Bushel and Balmy Blue. And I used 2 of the masks for this one. And I used the oval die to cut out this and put a wishing you, and then on the inside, a happy day. How cute is, hey Bob, thank you so much. Beth was so impressed with your live last week. She insisted, oh, you're gonna love this bundle. You're gonna absolutely love it. So there's that one. And then here is the last one that I did. This is using, why is that doing that? Is it acting wonky on your side? It's acting wonky on my side, but hopefully we'll be okay. Anyway, so here is this one with Pop of Petunia. The base is Pop of Petunia, a layer of white, another piece of Pop of Petunia, and then this is the white layer, and I used 3, number 1, 2, and 5 masks or stencils. I'll have to drive to the bus, but I will be listening. Okay, great. Okay. So that's that. So let's get started. So I'm going to do a completely different one this morning because I can. So what I did was, this is a piece of white. Why is that? There we go. Basic white cardstock, 5.5 by 4.25. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it down on my grid paper and make sure that I get it within the lines where it needs to be. I'm going to take a little piece of washi tape, and I'm going to take a little bit of the adhesive off by putting it on my shirt. Okay, so here is this, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little piece on the upper right corner and a little piece on the lower right corner. All right, so that's done. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I'm going to make a little mark right here. A tick mark, not a tick mark, an actual right corner, because I want to make sure that I get my mask on correctly. Now the first mask that I'm going to use is number 4. So let me find number 4. Here is number 4. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place it on my cardstock, and I'm going to make sure that I'm just eyeballing east, west, north, and south. All right, so that looks pretty good to me right here. And then I'm going to take a piece of washi tape again, and this time I'm going to put it on the upper right corner like that, and I'm going to take this and put it in the lower left corner, because it's real important. You want to get this nice and even. You want to make sure that it's going to be perfect. So there is that. So now the next thing is, because, hey, Deb from Blackstone, thank you for popping on, my friend, on this cold day here in New England. All right, my friend, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pencil, and it's so nice that they've got this notched area. For some reason, you can't see that. I don't know why. It's okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pen and write in that notched area, and the same thing down on the lower right-hand corner. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to move this so you can see it better. I'm going to move this whole thing up. Let me just take my scissors here and cut it. What I do on my grid paper here is I just take my grid paper and I tape it down to my plexiglass desktop. But I'm going to cut this off so that I can get it so you guys can see it better, because obviously you can't see anything here. So let me just move this up. Sorry about that. For some reason my camera is not allowing you to see the bottom of that. So let me just pull this up. All right, now that looks better. All right. Let me see if that's better. Wait a minute. Okay, this, what the heck is going on here? There we go. You know what? Let's bring this in a little bit. You know what? Hold on a second. I'm going to do this here. Okay. All right, there. Oops, whoops, whoops. Wow, this is really sensitive this morning. Okay, whoa! This is crazy. All right, wait a minute, just there. Okay, now let me bring this over. That's better. All right, now let me just, hold on. There we go. I am so sorry about this, but this is just crazy that this is not working. Wait a minute. All right. I am so sorry. Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right, let me glue this down. There we go. All right, now let me just add one more piece of Scotch tape. It's really important that you keep this grid paper and your on your mat or whatever work surface you're using, because you don't want this to move. That's the only little tricky part about this. Okay, so there we go. So here is my little tick mark right here. See that tick mark right there? And then I've got a mark down here at the bottom. It's not really a tick mark, it's where the notch is. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pecan pie, and you can do this with a number of different things. You can use blending brushes, you could use sponges, you could use cotton balls, you can use daubers, and that's what I'm going to use this morning. I'm going to use a dauber. So here is my dauber. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my fingers on the left-hand side of my mat, just like that. And now I'm going to take my ink, and I'm going to start from the bottom, and I'm going to work up. All right? So here we go. Daub, daub, daub. Just like this. Oh. And as long as I've got this adhered to my grid paper, it's going to be fine. But if you don't adhere your layer to your grid paper, and if you don't adhere your mask to your grid paper, it's going to wiggle, and you don't want that. You don't want that. You want to keep it as even, as straight as possible. and you just fill it in however you want. Now, if I wanted to do a true ombre, I would concentrate starting at the bottom or the top and make my one of them darker, and then just go into a lighter application of the ink. But it doesn't, this one doesn't matter to me at all, and I'll show you why in a minute, because it's just the way I want it. But I can do a nice ombre effect if I wanted. All right, so that is good. This looks perfect to me. All right, so now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this aside for the moment, and I am going to take this off like this very carefully, and I'm going to put my washi tape over to the side because I'm going to reuse it, because I've got this mask all done. So this is going to come off. So that one's that. Now the next one I'm going to use is going to be number 2. So this is the number 2. So I'm going to put this on. Now the important thing is that I get this notch into this mark. You know, for some reason I can't even see that. All right, so let's put that right there. All right, and here is this, like this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, oh! My sister is here. Hi, Carol Ann. Say hi.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, all right, so, all right, I didn't expect her this early, but anyway, all right, so here is my adhesive once again. I'm going to put this right back on like this. You want it exactly on that mark because you want to have your stencil image to exactly do what it's supposed to do right on top of this layer. All right, so now the next is I'm going to take wild wheat. And I love wild wheat. Wild wheat reminds me of being on Cape Cod when we were little, and the wheatgrass brushes that we would play with. All right, so here is the wild wheat. And now I'm going to just start doing this. Look at that. Fun, 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 fun. Look at that. How much fun is this? Let me tell you, yesterday afternoon, I spent like probably 5 or 6 hours just playing with the different mats, trying to decide what I wanted to use. And it was just so much fun, relaxing and fun. All right, so there's that one. So now I'm going to move this over. And I'm going to take my washi tape off very carefully. There's one piece, and there's my other piece right here. And I'm going to take this mat off. Mat or stencil, I don't know. There's such discussion about what you call it. I don't care what you call it. All right, this is number 5. So here we go. Number 5 is going to go in just like that. Get it exactly where it needs to be. Bring back my little piece of washi tape to secure my stencil or mask right back on it, on top like that, and like this. And now I'm going to come back with pecan pie. My pecan pie, here's my dauber, and here we go, daubing away, daubing away. And if you can see, what's happening is the pecan pie is getting into those little circles on this. How cute is this? Wait till you see. Now, the easy thing about this is you can wash these, just rinse these stencils off with water, or you can take a baby wipe, whatever. It comes right off because this is water-based ink. It's very easy. No problem at all. I mean, how fun is this? I think these would, now, I have to say, I don't, I think men can wear pink shirts and purple shirts, and they can have birthday cards that are whimsical. But this one, when I was making this, I said, you know what, if you want it to be really traditional and give a man a birthday card, or a card that just says, I'm thinking of you, or hope you have a great day, maybe you're gonna be getting a job interview or something, so you sending them a little love through the mail saying, I hope it's a great day for you. This would be a perfect card to use. All right, so that's done. So let me move this back, and now let's see what's going to happen when we take this off. It's so exciting. It's wicked fun. It's like being back in Mrs. McGovern's kindergarten classroom. Ready? Look at that. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? Isn't it different? It's just very, very different. I love it. Look at that. Now see that stupid camera? I don't know why it's doing that. Is it lagging on your part and then speeding up? Anyway, this is what it looks like. All right, so now what I need to do is I need to trim this down. But through the magic of earlier experimentation, I've already got one already cut. So this measurement is actually 3.5 by 4 3/4. 3.5 by 4 3/4. So you trim that all off, and now you have your own very special, very pretty piece of designer paper. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my base. Now the base is going to be a piece of wild wheat. And I've already gone ahead. Hey, Kathy! I know this technique is wicked fun. It's so much fun. And you get different images with whatever stencils you use, so it's wicked fun. So here's my base of wild wheat. I've already cut it 8.5 by 5.5, scored it, and made a nice crisp fold. The inside of the card, it's just a little bit of a jump speed. Is it all the time? I hope not. So the inside of the card, I took wild wheat and wrote a happy day, because on the outside, there's going to be a different with my adhesive. Let me get this over here, and I am going to put some adhesive on all 4 corners of this, like this. And we're going to put this on top of that wild wheat. Yeah, that wild wheat, my sister's here, she'll remember this. When we were on the Cape as little kids, we were at Nickerson State Park, and I clearly remember either going to the ocean or going to the lake, where you would walk through a path, and on either side you had all of this wild wheat. And I just remember putting my hands through it and feeling how soft it was. So this is the color. This is what this reminds me of. All right, so the next thing is I'm going to take a piece of pecan pie, and I'm going to layer this on top of the white. Just like this. All right, this is going to go on equidistant, north, south, east, west. Beth and Jan like it when I say that. Okay, so there's that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this beautiful piece of paper that we just stenciled together. Isn't that pretty? I just love it, love it, love it. So let's add a little bit of adhesive to this. And so these are the cards that we're going to do next week. I know it's going to be a little bit of a gymnastic event because people will be using different stencils and different colors, but that's okay. We don't have a clock down here. We don't worry about the time. We just do it. All right, so there's that. All right, so there is the front of my card. Now, the next thing I wanted to do was I wanted to take the word wishing you, and I took some white embossing powder and I heat set wishing you, and then I added these faux glass dots. Perfect, perfect color. This is Old Olive, and this is wild wheat. Aren't they beautiful? And they're matte. They're not shiny, they're matte. So now what I shall do here is I'm going to take a piece of the wild wheat ribbon, fold it in half, take my little snipperinis, cut it, take my dimensionals. Let's get some dimensionals here. Whoops, wrong size. I want these. And I also need a piece of tear tape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tear tape. Oh, that one's run out. Let's get another roll here, brand new roll, and I'm going to take like 2 pieces of tear tape, and I'm going to put the tear tape right on the bottom like this, and I'll peel this layer off. Oops. Can you hear my poor sister? She's got a cold. Well, she's got something. Anyway, she's being treated. She's on antibiotics and prednisone, so hopefully, I'm assuming she's better because she's here. You're better, Carol Ann? Good. All right, so now I'm going to take this ribbon, and I'm going to put one piece here and secure it, and then I'm going to take this other piece and secure it like this, and then I'm going to come back on this side and put one more piece over the ribbon like this, just to secure it. All right, then what I shall do is I'm going to take some dimensionals, and I'm not going to worry so much about the overlap of the ribbon because the height of those ribbons is equal to the height of a dimensional, so not to worry. There we go. And we'll take this little piece off. See, it's jumping again. Beth, I'm going to have to shut the whole thing down and start over. Well, I mean, right now everything seems okay. I'm sorry. I really apologize for the naughtiness of this, but anyway. Okay, so here is the card, and here is my front, and I'm just going to put this on like this. And there is my card. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? Wishing you a happy day. And that's what I wish. I wish you a happy day. So this is the card. These are the cards that we're going to do. I mean, I think this is an incredible bundle because you get the 5 different stencils or masks, whatever you want to call them, and you can make beautiful, beautiful cards like we did this one today. And then I did this one yesterday afternoon. And then I did this one. And then I did this one. So there you have it, my friends. There you have it. So I hope you've enjoyed what we've done today. Masking, using masks and stencils is a lot of fun. There are so many options that you can do. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? My envelope. Oh, wait, let's go back here. So I think what I'm going to try to do, I haven't actually done this, but let me just see if we can quickly do this. I'm going to, let me bring this over here. All right, so here's my envelope flap. Let me see if I can move, whoops, let me move this down a little bit. All right, and I'm just gonna see if this is gonna work. Let me put number 4 on. Let's see if we can do this. I don't know if it's gonna work, but let's just try it. Let's just try to see if this is gonna work. So I need my pecan pie. Where did that go? There's wild wheat. Where did my dauber go? Oh, here it is. Okay, let's try this and just see if I can get an image on my envelope flap. Oh, this might work, Barbara Lash. You just never know. Now I'm going to take this off very carefully, and then we're going to come in with the next one, which is the wild wheat layer. Let's put this on. Well, I think this might work. You know, this is a spur of the moment here, folks. Totally spur of the moment. But let's just see what happens. Now, it might not cover it all the way, which is fine. That will be okay. Let's just see. All right, there's that. I love doing this. I absolutely love it. It's just wicked fun. All right, let me carefully take that off. And you know the reason that I put it on my shirt, because you don't want the you don't want it to tear your paper. So if you take a little bit of the adhesive off of the washi tape, then it's going to stick. Don't worry, it definitely will stick, but it's not going to pull your paper off. All right, now let's add a little bit of pecan pie, just as we did with our card base, our card layer, and let's see what's going to happen to this envelope flap. The revelation is about to take place. Let me see. Alrighty, folks, are we ready for the reveal? Now, I have to also say that if you go to Pinterest, you'll see a lot of different people using these masks. And one of the things that some people are doing is they're layering the masks on top of each other. I tried that. I wasn't really happy with it. Oh, look at that. Son of a gun. I like it. I like it. Now, let me just take that off. There we go. I like it. They're perfect. So now it matches the card. How nice is this? Because, you know, you can't have a naked envelope. And even though there's a little bit extra on the side, that's fine. If I wanted to get really persnickety, I could have removed the mats and pushed them down to get the edges. But that's fine to me. It's fine. So the envelope is decorated, and then there is the card. All right, friends, that's it for today. Thank you so much for popping in and joining me for this Friday stamping in Franklin, Massachusetts. I hope you've had fun. I'll try and get this lagging speeding up thing fixed. You know me in technology. I'm really thinking about changing my streaming services. But that's not your issue, it's mine. All right, thank you so much. I will see you next week. It'll be March 1st. Can you believe that? Because there are only 28 days this month. So we will be into the merry month of March. So, my friends, have a great weekend. I love